I literally never thought that I would be this crazy of a fangirl. Like, I thought I would be a crazy fangirl. I've always been kind of a fangirl, but I never thought it would go this far. Hey YouTube, it's Sunday.
Why are you such a coffee cat?
Yes, I am back to the iPhone, currently filming on it. I mean, I'm really sorry about it. Hang on, I have an idea. That lighting change. It's a Canon EOS Rebel T3i. She is beautiful. She is my baby. She has a flip out screen and I can charge her on the wall and I'm like real excited about it. I just don't have a lens for her, so that's my only issue. I also don't have a charger, I just have the battery, so there's that. I'm gonna neighbor Gabby though, because I really love the Gabby show, which I think is very pertinent to this story time. Okay, so for those of you guys who have been following me for a while or honestly had like a 5-minute conversation with me, especially if it included YouTube, because like I bring it up all the time, I love the Gabby show. She is my hero, my idol, my inspiration. She's like one of the main reasons why I'm still working so hard on my YouTube channel, why I haven't like lost hope and all that shit. So yeah, like she is my fave. Like, so she went on tour starting I think in like the beginning of December or something like that, and she came to my city last night, Charlotte, North Carolina. I go to school in Charlotte. My school, which is also like where I work at the coffee house on my college campus, it is literally 13 minutes from where she came. So yeah, I'm a broke ass bitch, so I couldn't afford a ticket. I started actually a GoFundMe, I think, for like getting a ticket for the show. My good friend Carl actually donated $20 to that, so thank you, Cara, I love you, but it wasn't enough for a ticket, so I just used it for other stuff. I still didn't want to miss out on the chance to meet Gabby, because as I said, she's my hero, she's my idol, I love her a lot. As the deadline has come closer, I, you know, was starting to get really sad about it, and really like, you know, man, I just really want to meet her. And like, I mean, I'm so happy for her that she's going on tour and I'm so happy for everyone else who gets to meet her, but like, I'm really sad because I can't. And then this past week was finals week, so she came like at the end of finals week. So this has been a stressful week anyway, you know, like I was worried about grades, I was worried about money, I was worried about a lot of stuff. And then on Tuesday, out of nowhere, she just like followed me on Twitter, so that was cool. I was like jumping up and down in my seat and was like asking everyone, hey, do you know who the Gabby show is? Because she just followed me, and like freaking out. It was the best day. On Thursday, I low-key decided that like, since she was coming to Label, which is literally 13 minutes from my school, I was like, I can just like go and like try to meet her anyway, because in a lot of her vlogs, like she like, you know, peeks out beforehand or afterward or whatever and like tries to put people in her vlogs. Like she's always really cool about that, and she said like everyone who comes to the show I will hug, which I know she meant like everyone who like buys a ticket and comes in for the meet and greet, but still, like that's, you know, I was like, listen, it's worth a shot. I will be really mad at myself later if I don't do this, and I was right. So at work on Thursday, I'm like telling people, yeah, I'm gonna go be a crazy fangirl tomorrow, and then my boss comes in and is randomly like, oh hey, you're coming in tomorrow, right? And I was like, wait, what? Like I haven't gotten anything in my email, like it never said on the schedule or anything, like you never sent out a schedule. I was not aware I was supposed to work tomorrow, so no, what? He was like, yeah, you're working from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I was like, excuse? I'm in this group chat called Mini Gabbies. Hi guys. You guys are cool. So I was talking to them about it and was like, I'm really sad because I wanted to go be a crazy fangirl tomorrow, but my boss is like, no, you have to work. And they were like, honestly, like, tell him that you can't come. So I was like, I don't know. And then finally, later on, I just got to the point where I was like, okay, it's not worth missing. Because like, what if I would get to meet her if I went? You know what I mean? I texted him and was like, hey, is there any way that I can leave at like 1-ish? And he was like, we'll see. So I got to work the next day, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to go or not, but I did make a shirt the night before. It's not like the best shirt in the world, but here it is, the Gabby show, bruh, like she used to have in her picture. YouTube is my therapy, which is like the shirts that she makes. Happy Camper, which is like from her days on Vine. Candy is not a snack, which is like, that's the chant that they've been chanting on the bus, like, candy is not a snack if you think that you are whack. I like the way your face is, which again is from her days on Vine. You inspire me, you fucking donut. That's because Gabby really wants to call someone a donut as an insult because she thinks that it's really funny just to be like, oh my god, you donut, or something like that. So I was like, it'd be really cute, not that I'm like trying to insult her, but I feel like it's still like a way to be like, you inspire me and I love you, but like doing it in like a reference, inside joke, I don't know. So after I made the t-shirt and texted my boss, I messaged Gabby on Twitter. So I got into work the next day and I was working, and then they were just like acting like I was gonna leave at 1, and I was like, well, I'm hoping to, I don't know, like I asked Ali, he said we'll see. They're like, okay. So they kept still being like, okay, but Kai's leaving at 1. So when it was 1 o'clock, I was actually like sweeping or cleaning or something, and I happened to glance at the clock right at 12:59, and I was like, I like peeked my head over and was like, Ollie, it's 1 o'clock, can I go? And he was like, yeah, and I was like, thank you! So I left. Actually got changed in my car because I didn't bring my stuff in because it was literally so cold, it was painful. Literally when I woke up, I was freezing under literally 3 blankets. When I went outside, my face hurt. Like there was like a tiny bit of wind and it was so cold, it was painful, okay? So when I went to work, I was like, well, just in case, you know, I don't get to go, I'm gonna leave my stuff in the car. I figured that they would get there at like 2 at the latest, but probably a little early, and I figured they wouldn't be there at 1, you know? So I headed over there. I got over there 1:15, 1:30-ish, something like that. And there was this big black tour bus in the parking lot. I did take a little bit of footage, but my phone kept dying. I saw 2 people sitting over like on a thing like down the way, and I was like, hey, are you guys here for Drop the Mic? As I was walking over there, and they were like, yeah. And I was like, is that the tour bus? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, are they in there? And they were like, we don't know. So I went down over there with them, and actually one of the girls who was sitting there, it was one girl and one other girl, and the one girl, she looked up and was like, do I know you? You look really familiar. And I was like, I'm such a coffee cat on Twitter. And she was like, oh my god, I'm Showstopper Sam. So I, you know, hugged her. We took a selfie. I look horrible in it, but it's fine. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right there. And then I sat down next to her and we were talking and blah blah blah, and I was like, yeah, I couldn't afford a ticket, but I brought some things to donate. I also brought Gabby a little brown back massager thing so she can like make people massage her back on tour, because before she left she was like, I have to go get a massage because I'm gonna be on a bus and I'm gonna be like all tightened up and uncomfortable and in pain. I actually was also wearing this and my bright blue shorts, and then I realized much later I had unintentionally done like purple and blue like her hair right now, so that's funny. Just casually being a crazy fangirl and running into other people. Hello! Hi. These are all the people waiting early. The tour bus is over there, and fingers crossed that someone comes out soon, and that someone meaning Gabby, but you know. Woo! It was just the 3 of us at first, and then like a couple other people came by, and a couple other people, and then a couple other people, and there was like a pseudo line happening, but we weren't sure if we were at the right door. And then there's like a speaker outside, and they started playing like Heathens and like other 21 Pilots and like similar sounding songs. And then I said, LOL at the Gabby show, are you playing your own iPod on the speakers at Label, or is that just a coincidence? And then she responded, at such a coffee cat, haha, was that you outside that let me in? And that's not mine, but they're playing it for me, LMAO. First, she followed me earlier on in the week. Second, she tweets me for the first time while I'm waiting outside of her tour bus while she's inside the building that I'm sitting outside of. What? But she did tweet me, I have photographic proof. And then literally just a few minutes after, my phone died, and I was like, darn it. So I was waiting outside, I was talking to Sam and the other girl, and actually we all follow each other on Twitter now, so that's exciting. And then the security guards came out and they were like, hey, we're gonna form a line, so you guys have to go like back up here. And I'm like awkwardly moving, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll just like stand at the front of the line with them. So I was standing there, and again, keep in mind, it is freezing. I was wearing this shirt, a leather jacket, leggings, shorts, and also like knee-high socks and shoes, obviously. My Can You Not beanie, which doesn't really look that good on me, so I'm not gonna wear it right now, but I was wearing that too, and I was also wearing my scarf, which is right here. So like, I was like bundled up and was still freezing, like not just like cold, not just like goosebumps, literally, and not even just like shivering or teeth chattering, literally my entire body was vibrating and I couldn't help it. My entire body, like it was cold, it was below freezing. So I got there around 1:15, 1:30-ish. Now it's like 2 p.m. and we're like standing in line, we're like back away from the door, but the building like was blocking wind, but now there's like wind coming on us because we're not blocked by the brick building anymore, so it's like even colder. And then shortly after, the security guards are like, all right, now we're gonna form 2 lines. They had like been setting up like the little, you know, line things. VIP is over here and general admission's over here, and I was like, I don't have a ticket, I'm just here to like donate stuff and hope to meet Gabby. Can I like stand outside but like up there? And he was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Sam was in the VIP line, like in the very front, and then the other girl was in the very front of the general admission line, and I was right beside them, but like outside. Everyone started coming, more people started coming in. Hi, Danny. There's also this girl, like, right behind Sam, who, you know, she has, like, purple hair or whatever. She's, like, really young. I don't know who she was. I didn't really talk to her that much. But her dad is standing with her. If your kid has a VIP ticket, and the parent wants to come in with the kid, like, they have to have a ticket, but they don't have to have a VIP ticket. So, he's standing there with her. He's not really talking that much, but I keep, like, making weird eye contact with him. Like, I keep looking up, like, even if I'm not talking to him, or, like, even to, like, you know, his daughter or Sam over there, even if I'm talking to, like, to the two people who are, like, behind Joe, like, in the general admission line, I keep, like, looking up, and he's just, like, looking at me, like, just, like, really weird. Like, he never said much of anything directly to me, but he just, like, kept looking at me, and it was, like, weirding me out. So I was standing out there. I still had, like, my bag. I still had the little massage room, was still, like, bundled up and freezing, and I had my dead phone in my pocket and my keys in my other pocket, but I left my purse and everything else really in my car. So I was standing there talking to these girls, and when more people were coming up, I was making friends with them too, because for some reason, I don't know, I guess just, like, being at something where I knew Gabby would be and where we could just, like, all talk about Gabby, like, I don't know. I was just being super extroverted. So anyway, we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And again, it was like 2 p.m. when they first, like, lined us up. Meet and greet for the VIP doesn't start till 3:30. I'm not even gonna get to go in too. Like, that's the thing. Like, every time I told someone, like, oh, I'm not even gonna get to go inside or go see the show. Like, I didn't get a ticket. I couldn't afford a ticket, but, like, I'm here because I love Gabby this much. Like, I couldn't, like, not come, you know what I mean? And I still wanted to, like, bring some stuff. She's the only person I would do this for ever. Maybe it's partly because it felt like there was a higher chance of actually meeting Gabby. I don't know, but not the point. When it was like 3:15, I wanted to start chanting because, again, like, I originally had been like, all right, well, if I don't get to see her by 3:30 when everyone goes in, then, like, I'm just not gonna get to see her, so I'm gonna leave. So I was like, all right, so we're gonna try real hard to get her to come out, because I know in the past she's been like, oh, I hear them chanting, I'm gonna, like, take a video. So I was like, guys, does everyone know the candy chant? Everyone was like, yeah, obviously. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Ready? Candy is not a snack. If you think that, you are whack. And then everyone else started chanting with me. Of course, I think I was honestly the loudest voice. I was chanting, like, real loud. And everyone chanted a couple of times, and then it started fizzling out a little bit. And I was still, like, being loud. I wasn't, like, about to stop. And, like, Sam and, like, the other girl and, like, a couple other people, like, they were chanting too, but, like, it was, like, you could tell they were, like, watching me. And it was, like, if I stopped chanting, I knew that they were gonna stop. And I didn't want people to stop chanting, but I was running out of breath. So I was trying to, like, keep the chant going. But I couldn't, because I was getting tired and it was cold and I couldn't get a big breath in because it was cold. So it was like, candy is not a snack. If you think that, you are whack. Finally, I took a breath and everyone stopped. I was right. Literally everyone else who was chanting, which was really like 5 people. And then when it got closer, when it was like 3:25, so like I waited like 10 minutes, I was like, all right, VIP meet and greet starts in like 5 minutes. I haven't seen Gabby at all. She tweeted me, she followed me. That's awesome. That's really exciting, but I do really fucking want to meet her. I looked at the other girl who was there. I'll call her Joe. So Joe looked over at me and she's like, 5 more minutes. I was like, oh my God, we need to start chanting again. Haha. And she was like, yeah. And then like laughed a little bit. And then I was like, do you want to? Because she was like looking at me like she was serious, but like laughing like she was joking. Let's do it. She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, let's do it. Candy is not a snack. If you think that, you are whack. And people started chanting again. And it was the same thing, you know, after a little bit, a few people fizzled out. As soon as I stopped, they stopped. And I was like, damn it. But anyway, so like I started 2 chants. It was time for the VIP to go inside. I hadn't gotten to like see Gabby or give her the bag of stuff or the little back massager I had brought for her. So I asked Sam, I was like, hey, can you take this stuff inside and tell her it's from Such a Coffee Cat? The general admission was supposed to get in at 4:30 to meet, you know, the cast and stuff and like get their group photo taken or whatever, and the show was supposed to start at 7. So the VIP were like all inside meeting all the people from the show, and we were still standing outside. And keep in mind, like I said, like it is freezing and my lips get really chapped really easily. Like I was talking, it was cold outside, I kept like, because I was talking, I would like, my lips would get a little bit wet, or like I'd like lick them just a little bit and then be like, God damn it, I shouldn't be doing that, it's cold outside, I'm gonna get chapped lips. And they did start to like crackle a little bit, get like dry and kind of painful. Finally I was like, what am I doing? I literally have my purse in my car. And also, I was planning on trying to see if I could at least sit inside the lobby of Label, like against the wall or something, and plug in my phone. And I was like, if I'm gonna do that, like, I need to have my charger with me, and that's in my purse in my car. So I went to my car. No word, just like ran to my car all of a sudden. And while I was in my car, I was like getting my purse and stuff, and then I was like, oh my God, also I have this blanket in here. that's a great idea. I'm so glad I have that. Thank you, Alice, for the idea like a year ago. So I like grabbed my blanket, grabbed my purse, and came back down. Any chance that I could have had potentially to meet her, like I wanted to take it, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm already here, I'm already cold, like I don't have anything else to do tonight. If I go home, I'm just gonna watch Netflix or watch some of Gabby's videos and be really sad. So I'm gonna stay. Joe's mom, actually, I didn't realize that's who it was, but like she was walking out at the same time as me and she was like, oh, that looks nice or something. I don't remember what exactly she said, but she said something to me and then like started talking and I was like, yeah. And then I told her like, yeah, I couldn't actually afford a ticket. Like I'm not gonna get to see the show or anything, but I'm like hoping to meet Gabby. Cause again, I was saying it to everyone because like, you know, everyone's like, oh my God, I'm doing VIP, are you? Or whatever. Like it just kept coming up. I don't know. Plus like people are like, why aren't you in line? I'm like, oh, I couldn't afford a ticket. So anyway, so I am like sitting on the ground beside everyone, like wrapped up in my little pink fuzzy blanket, like with my purse beside me and stuff. And just like still like making conversation and whatever. And she's like, oh my God, like that's a lot and blah, blah, blah. 4:30 came along and they didn't get to go inside. And we're all standing around. We're like 4:30, whatever. It's probably gonna be 4:31 again, like it was with 3:30. 4:31 comes along. No change. We're like, okay, maybe like just another minute. I don't know. 4:32, nothing's changed. 4:35, 4:40, 4:45. People are like, okay, what is happening? Why are we still outside? It is freezing. Like, we're so cold. We've been out here for so long. Also, the tickets actually had said something else. I should have mentioned this earlier, but the VIP tickets had said that the VIP like meet and greet starts at 1:30 and the general admission meet and greet starts at 3:30, when in reality the VIP meet and greet started at 3:30 and the general admission started at 4:30. And that's what the website said, but the tickets that they had printed out had said like the earlier time. So they were already like, listen, we've been here since 3:30 when we didn't need to be. There's no reason like why we should still be waiting out here. Like, what do you mean? Finally 5 o'clock came along and people were like getting antsy. There were multiple parents going in complaining. Joe's mom was one of them who like went inside and was like, excuse me, you know. So I had been sitting and then like I was like standing at one point, just like wrapped in my blanket, like leaning against the brick wall at this point. And there's this girl that's been running around the whole time. She's like blonde, has like an army jacket, and I'm pretty sure, I think she's like the manager of the tour. Like she seems like a really important person. She's running around from place to place doing things. And she like runs like past me and then comes back and is like, do you work here? And I was like, what? Because I thought she said something like, were you here? I don't know. It was really confusing. And I was like, what? And she's like, do you work here? And I was like, no, I couldn't afford a ticket. I'm just like hoping to meet Gabby. And she was like, oh my God, you're a fan. Okay, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, it's fine. She was like, no, I thought you were someone who could help me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then she like ran away and I was like, okay, well that was kind of weird. I am pretty sure it was 5:30. I could be wrong, but I think, because it wasn't at 5, because people started complaining at 5. Actually, when I was sitting there, there was someone who had to take one girl in who had like socks on her hands and stuff. Like they were like the little like Toy Story like little green aliens. I don't know. I just noticed that detail. But she was like shaking and like looked really pale. And the girl who was bringing her was like, hey, this girl like brought her like inside and was like, this girl's about to pass out. And they were like, oh no, and took her inside. And then I heard later that she like threw up or something and then like had to go home, which like is so sad because you paid like money to be there, you know. And one of the moms literally went inside and was like, excuse me, it is unsafe for you to make us be out here. Like, even if you're running late, even if we can't have our meet and greet right now, like you can put us in a stairwell for all I care, but like you can't leave us out here in the cold. Like, this is unsafe. We paid money for this. The tickets even said the wrong time. Like, this is not our fault and we are like freezing out here. It is unsafe. Like, you need to get on that. And they kept just being like, oh, we're trying, we're working on it. Like, I don't know what to tell you, we're working on it. So everyone's like getting real pissed off. And then finally, like 5:30, 5:45 even, I don't know, it was like really late. It was like already like dark, like nighttime dark. Like the sun wasn't still going down by the time everyone went in. It was like down, like it was nighttime. And they said the reason was because they were still trying to deal with the VIP people. And like, yeah, there were a lot of them, but like, are you kidding? Like that's so long. I don't know. Anyway, but I wasn't in there, so I can't really say anything. So then I'm like waiting to go inside. So I'm like standing up and then all of a sudden I hear someone from inside say, is that girl still out there? And the security guard goes, the one with the hat, and like turns his head toward me, but doesn't really look at me, but he's like, the one with the hat. And I hear, yeah. And he goes, yeah, she is. And I'm like, someone's talking about me? The guy, the dad from earlier, the one who was like looking at me all weird and stuff. And like, I never said anything, but he was like looking at me weird. He comes out and I'm still like leaning against the brick wall, just like with my blanket wrapped around me, and he gets like this close to my face. Keep in mind, he's a dad. He looks like he's like 40 or 50 or something. He's got like this nasty ass beard and like red hair. So he gets like this close to my face and goes, "Why don't you go inside?" Exactly like that. And I was so confused. And at first I was like, is this man gonna give me his ticket? That's like really nice. But also like, I understand, like, your daughter went in to meet like the people of the show and maybe she's gonna stay for the show and maybe you want to be nice. Cause like he was out there and heard me tell a bunch of people like, oh, I couldn't afford a ticket. I was like, is he gonna give me, like, is he gonna give me his ticket and let me at least see the show? Like, that's really nice. And so I was like, I can't, I don't have a ticket. And he was like, you don't? Listen, you heard me tell this story 5,000 times. What you mean? Oh, you don't have a ticket? Yes, of course you know I don't have a ticket. What do you mean? I'm like, no, I couldn't afford a ticket. I just got here like hoping that I could meet Gabby before the show, and now I'm like kind of thinking of staying till after since she hasn't come out yet, and I don't know, like I'm just like here hoping that I get to meet her. I don't know. And I wanted to like send in some stuff with Sam. So he goes, okay, well, I really hope that everything works out for you. And I'm like, thank you. And then he's like, and then just walks away and gets in his car and they drive away. I'm like kind of like bitter about this because, okay, first of all, he bought the VIP ticket for his daughter, right? Like, she got the VIP ticket. So he had to buy the general admission ticket in order to go in with her, right? So he had a ticket. I know he had a ticket. I watched him give it to the dude, right? Or not give it, but like show it. They didn't even give it to the people. They showed it. So he shows the ticket to the dude, right? He goes in with his daughter and then he comes out. He knows I don't have a ticket. He even, like, it would be one thing if like he knew and just like left, but like he came out and was like, why don't you go inside? And then he like listens to me tell my story again to him, and he's like, I really hope everything works out for you, and leaves. You're not even gonna see the show? Like, you're gonna buy a ticket to accompany your daughter, and then you see this girl who doesn't have a ticket, and then you talk to her and ask her why she doesn't have a ticket and why she doesn't go inside when you know, and then you just waste your ticket. You don't even see the show, but you don't give her the ticket that you're not gonna use. Like, I don't know. I just, like, that just seemed really weird to me. And also his voice like scared the shit out of me. Like, he sounded like a straight up serial killer. It was like light and like, I really hope everything, but like, it wasn't even like that. I can't even do it, but like, it was creepy. And so I was like creeped out, but also annoyed and still very cold. Finally, everyone goes through. And then the dude just like looks at me after everyone else has gone in and he goes, do you have a ticket? And you know I don't have a ticket. Why does everybody keep asking me if I have a ticket? But maybe it looked like that other dude was gonna give me his. I don't know, because that's what I thought too. I'd like rehearsed this in my head like a billion times. But I really wanted to go inside just because it was cold and I needed to plug in my phone and I needed to pee and I wasn't gonna try and be crazy and go sneak in anywhere. I just wanted to go inside. I was like, no, I don't have a ticket. I actually couldn't afford a ticket, but I really love Gabby. She is my hero and my idol and I really want to meet her. So I'm gonna be like hanging around out here like until after the show, but it is really cold out here and my phone is dead and I really need to use the bathroom. I was like, is there any way I could just sit along the inside wall right here? Like, you can have someone watch me, you could mark my hands and say no entry. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna try and sneak in. I just really want to go inside, plug in my phone, use the bathroom. Like, that's all. Like, it's just really cold out here. And he's just like already shaking his head while I'm talking, and I finally like finish up my speech and he's like, no, I'm sorry, dude, like, they're only letting people in with tickets. And I'm like, okay, but it's the lobby. Like, and the desk is like facing the door. If I sat against the front wall, someone would be there to watch me. Or like, I understand like they have to like take precautions, but like, whatever. So I couldn't go inside and he was like, I mean, if you have to use the bathroom, like there's like a restaurant across the street. I don't know what else to tell you. So I, you know, sadly picked up my stuff and walked to like the restaurant with the bathroom. I used the bathroom and then I came back and got in my car. At this point, I've been here since 1:30. It is now 6 p.m. Well, a little bit later than 6 p.m., but literally later than 6 p.m. And I'm in my car. And honestly, I've been here for so long. I'm still freezing. I have the heat blasting in my car. I cranked it up. It's just like idling. But like, I've been here for so long, like, I'm not just gonna leave, you know, like, there's still a chance I can meet her afterward. And I've already dedicated, God, how long is that? 4.5 hours I had been outside waiting, just hoping to meet her. I wasn't gonna leave. So I was waiting in my car, and blaring the heat and picking up my salad. I actually, like, hadn't eaten that much of it before, and so now I was, like, eating a lot of it because I was, like, real hungry. I was just, like, recharging. Like, it was nice. I had my heat blasting. I had, like, some music playing. I was on Twitter, finally, because I could, like, plug my phone into my car. I have a little adapter thing. I was also vlogging a little bit in my car. I'm being a super fucking crazy fangirl. Fingers crossed, let's hope that I meet Gabby today. I redid my makeup, actually, like, tried a little bit, so I looked better. I still look like shit because my hair was greasy and I was gross and cold and stuff, but I looked better than I had, at least. Quick update, it's been like 15 minutes. It's 6:45 now, meaning the show is going to start soon. Nothing really has changed except that people keep giving me weird looks because I have my light on in my car, and I actually finally, like, touched up my makeup and also took my hair down, and I think I look a lot less like shit. And where my car was parked, I was literally, like, staring at Label from, like, my front seat. Like here's my front seat and here's Label, and I can, like, see the side of it. Like, the front door is, like, over here and, like, Label's, like, right here. And so I'm, like, looking, and there's, like, a little, like, doorway on this side, and there's, like, a stairway that, like, leads up to one of the doors. And then all of a sudden I see, like, 5, 6 people, like, walking in a line toward that door on the right side of, like, the side, and I was like, is that who are wait, I'm still not giving up hope yet. I am in my car currently. Label is right there. Excuse my gay beads. Label's right there. I actually, just a few minutes ago, I saw Gabby and Ricky and Jack and Andrew and Chachi all, like, walk inside, and I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, because at first I was like, wait, is that, oh my god, that looks like the right amount of people. And then I saw Gabby went and, like, put my hand, like, on the door handle and then just sat there and didn't do anything. I also, like, kicked my foot outward and, like, hit the brake on my foot, and that hurt a lot. One, even if I had, like, gotten out of my car and run over there and been like, Gabby! Like, I wouldn't have gotten there in time. They would have been like, there's, like, a psychopath running toward us right now. And also, like, I knew they were going inside to, like, start the show. So, like, I couldn't be like, Gabby, can I please hug you and tell you how much I love you really fast? It won't take that long, I promise. Like, it realistically wouldn't work, but still, like, I was mad at myself in the moment for, like, freezing. Someone had said earlier on in the night that the show was gonna end at 9, and originally I was like, all right, well, at, like, 8:30 I'm gonna go, like, hang out by the tour bus. And then once I saw them, like, go inside, I was like, all right, actually at 1:30 I'm gonna go down there and, like, wait near there, like, sit on the steps. The other night, I don't know why, but I just, like, got the urge to, like, start watching videos of it, like, of the show. I knew that there were, like, the duets, and then they each had, like, a single song, and then I think they each had, like, another single song, and then there's, like, a song at the end where they all dance to, like, an NSYNC song or something. Backstreet Boys, I don't know. They were also, like, playing the music through the speaker outside, the same one where Gabby had been playing her music through before. It doesn't make sense for it to end at 9 if it starts at 7. It's not a 2-hour show. When it's, like, 7:45, I'm gonna go wait outside again. And mind you, I've been in my car since a little bit after 6. Like, bundle back up, get myself all ready, get my phone, like, unplug it from my car, take out my keys, and I walk over to the steps and I sit down. And I actually expected someone, like, the tour guys, like, the crew or whatever, have been running from the bus on over there and around and stuff, like, back and forth this whole time, sometimes security guards, etc. So I expected, like, if I was, like, walking over there, someone to be like, hey, where are you going? Or, like, you know, hey, what are you doing over there? Or, like, seeing me sitting over there and be like, hey, you need to move. But no one had, and that was really weird, but, like, good. I was like, oh my god, maybe they'll, like, come out at some point. Maybe Gabby will, like, run through here to go grab something, and I can be like, oh my god, I love you, wait. You know, I felt like the craziest fangirl. But at the same time, I was like, no one's stopping me, so I can just sit here and wait. This is awesome. So I moved. I am now right in front of where I saw them go in earlier, which is right here. I'm literally sitting on the steps waiting. It's cold, but I am excited. All I know is all I want to do is hug Gabby. That's all I want to fucking do, and I really hope that that happens. And then I'm, like, waiting and waiting, and I hear the show end, and I'm like, oh my god, it's coming. And I was like, should I, like, stand up or stay sitting down? And I'm like, no, especially if it's getting closer to the end, I should stay sitting down so I still seem low-key, because if I stand up and, like, wait like this, I will look like I'm waiting, and then, like, someone will tell me to move. I don't know. I saw them go in this way earlier. I couldn't afford a ticket, so I'm, like, hoping to meet her on the way out, but yeah. So, probably. I'm so fucking cold. I didn't move. I stayed there, stayed squatting. And then the door opened a couple times. A couple people came out and went back in. No one said anything to me at first. And then at one point, they were, like, getting ready to take all the people out. And they peeked out for a minute and were looking around. And then they looked at me. And I just, like, looked up at them and was, like, looking around. and like just kept looking back at them. Like I was just like acting like whatever, like I'm supposed to be here, why are you looking at me? And they just looked at me. The security guard, the one I had talked to earlier, looked at me. At least I think it was the one who I talked to earlier. Honestly, it was dark. I couldn't really tell. But he looked at me and he said, "Hey, beat it."
No.
Hi. I'm not allowed to be over here. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Now I'm waiting beside the tour bus with everyone else. Woo. If they just told me to beat it, that means they're gonna be out any second. Some people started like inching down, and the security guards were like, "You guys need to back up. You need to like get away." And we're like, blah, blah, blah. So like we started like backing up a little bit. So they started putting like luggage on the tour bus and stuff. And so a lot of people started like moving over there, and then Sam came back up and was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey," and so we were like standing there. Joe came up at some point, and then there were like two other dudes who I had actually seen in the line before. I was like talking to them, and again, like the topic just kept coming up, and they're like, "Why didn't you get to see the show?" "Oh, well, I couldn't afford a ticket. I'm just here because I'm hoping to meet Gabby. I've been here since 1:30 and it's really cold outside," you know, like that kind of thing. And he's like, "Wait, you didn't get to see anything? Like, you didn't get to meet her? You didn't get to like see the show or anything?" And I was like, "No, like I've just been here like hoping to meet her. Like I was in my car for a little bit, but I've been outside most of the time." And he was like, "Oh my god, well, oh my god, do you want my poster?" They had posters with all of the tour members with like their like costumes on for one of their acts or whatever. I was like, "Oh my god, are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I mean it's not signed or anything, but like I was gonna buy a t-shirt and then they didn't have any in my size, so I bought a poster instead. But I mean, I think you deserve it more than I do because I still got to see the show when you didn't, and I'm really sorry about that." And I was like, "Oh my god." This is the poster, and I love it a lot. I like wanted to cry. Like this was like the sweetest thing. And actually, yeah, so his Twitter name is J Mrs. Ricky, and his @ is @JDudleyRowe. So that was really nice. And then I, you know, was talking to other people, and then like the security guards were like, "Guys, you guys need to move back. Like I need you guys like 100 feet away from this bus, move back." And so we kind of made like a semicircle where like we were like away from the door, you know what I mean? But like we were still like near-ish the bus, but like there was like a decent walkway. There were literally like 20 of us probably waiting around at that point. Everyone else had gone home, and we were like waiting and waiting, and then they were like, "Guys, it's gonna be like an hour until they come out." And we were like, "Come on." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Listen, I don't care what you say. I know you guys are like about to bring them out. Like, don't try to play like that." So I was not about to move, but everyone else was like, "Ah, really?" Some people were like, "An hour? Man, I'm leaving." Like some people really did leave, but the majority of us like stayed and were like, "Nah, it's not gonna be an hour. And even if it is, who cares? I'll wait." And literally less than 2 minutes after they said, "Guys, it's gonna be like an hour until they come out," they came out. They brought out Chachi, Ricky, Andrew, and Jack. And like, yeah, that's exciting. And some of the other people were like, "Oh man, Ricky, I love you," and blah, 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 and like Andrew and stuff. But you know, I mean, I was like, this is cool. Like, "Hey guys, what's up? How you doing?" But I keep meaning to watch Ricky's channel. A lot of my faves watch him, like Shane and Gabby and people like that. And I know I'm gonna love his channel when I go on it, but I just haven't. I am not gonna like take someone else's like experience of like getting a picture with Ricky or something like that, or like getting to hug him, because I don't even know him really. I know of him, okay, and I don't watch him on YouTube, even though I'm going to. So like, I didn't want to take someone else's opportunity, and I was like, plus, if Gabby winds up like coming after, because it's weird that she didn't come with them, but I was like, if Gabby winds up coming afterward, like, I will be the first to see her, and like, that's really important. So yeah, so I like stood off to the side and was like, "What's up?" He like looked at me, I was like, but I didn't like take a picture with him or anything else. I was just like casually standing beside him. And some other people like took like pictures with Andrew and with Jack and whatever. I ran into this other dude who's also really sweet at Delmon4. We were just like all hanging out and stuff. And like once Ricky left, a lot of other people left, and Gabby still was not out yet. And so we were all just like standing around talking. And then one of her backup dancers, and I think one of the other people like loading stuff at one point were like, "Yeah, Gabby's like still inside editing, so she's gonna be a while. She's gonna be like another hour." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." Because like, they had just told us like, "Hey, it's gonna be an hour until, you know, the other 4 come out or whatever." And like, they came out like 2 minutes after that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no, they're just trying to get people to go home, which like I get, but like, you know. So we were all sitting around waiting, and I told people, I was like, "Well, I know they're trying to like move people back, but my car is over there, like real close to where she's gonna come out when she does. So let's like go hang around my car. Come on, guys, let's like chill over here," like leaning against my car. And Clayton said that he would like take a picture of me with Gabby. and you know, whatever. And like, then it got to the point where we were all standing around waiting for so long. Some of the people were like, guys, Gabby's not here. She left before everyone else. Like, she went to the hotel in a separate car, blah, blah, blah. She's like editing videos there. We're like, people were just telling us that she was editing like inside. Like, even jokingly, people were like, lies, like, why are you lying to us? And it got to the point where we were all like sitting on the grass, like outside of the building, like waiting for her to come out. And people kept being like, hey, can you tell Gabby that we're waiting out here? Because, I don't know, I guess they really wanted to meet her too. Because their moms wanted to take them home. I don't know. It was mostly the girls who were in high school who were yelling things like that. But we were all sitting around and talking and stuff. And they all came to the consensus. They were like, well, since you've been waiting here the longest and you, like, don't even have a ticket, like, you get to meet Gabby first. You get the first picture with her. And I was like, you guys are so sweet. It was like 9 by this point. The tour bus was still, like, idling there. And I was like, well, it's weird that the tour bus is still there if they're supposed to be going to a hotel afterward. And she's not here, you know? So we were still waiting outside. And at one point, Ava, who I think is one of her background dancers, I know she just, like, does a lot of work on the show, too. She's the one who Gabby's always like, oh, people always think she's me. And so she walked by at one point and was like, guys, Gabby's not here. Like, she left early. But we were like, someone just told us like that she was like still inside. And then a few of the other girls called her a liar. And she was like, yeah, call me a liar, guys. That'll help. Also, I just want to like point out, like, especially just in case like Gabby does watch this, like, they were joking, at least there was one of them that I don't know if she was joking because she started being like, well, she was lying, but like most of the other people like were joking around. I wasn't really saying much of anything, honestly, because I don't think that yelling at people is going to get anything done, but most of the other girls were like just joking around when they said that, but then people were like, wait, I think she's really mad at us. Oh my god, I don't know, I feel bad now. So we were just like waiting out there, and then Gabby messaged Sam on Twitter, and I wanted to like check my Twitter, but my phone, again, it had died back when I was like still trying to vlog. It was like, hey, guys, I left early like to go edit videos, like I'm at the hotel. And we're like, wait, are you kidding? We're like, are you fucking with us? Like, are you joking? Like, we've heard so many mixed things. We're confused. She's like, no, like, I legit, like, had to, like, jump in an Uber, like, right away. Like, I had to do something, blah, blah, blah. Like, I had to edit my videos, do a brand deal. Like, I couldn't just, like, not, you know, I had to go. Like, my manager's been on my ass about it. And she was like, are you guys still outside? And she said, Ava said that she told you guys I was gone and you called her a liar. Ha, ha, ha. And, you know, like, we were talking or whatever, and we're like, okay, well, I guess she's not here. She, like, sent us a selfie, and we, like, sent her a selfie of us, which is also, the selfie that we sent is now my Twitter, banner, because it was a really cool night. And we, like, a lot of us exchanged Twitter usernames and stuff, and then we all just, like, decided to leave. So that was kind of sad, but she still did message us, which was pretty cool. Also, it was starting to, like, ice a little bit, not like snow, but there were, like, little droplets of, like, something, like, wet and real cold that was like not water. It was like not water. It was not rain. And it felt like the beginning of some sleet, but it wasn't yet. I don't know. But it had been below freezing all day, and it was like supposed to snow at 3 in the morning. So I don't know. But it was like 9:30 at this point. So finally I just like drive home. I'm like, whatever, like that kind of sucks. But honestly, like it was still a pretty good time. Some weird things happened, whatever. I get home and I'm like, kind of bummed, you know. I'm like, I mean, I saw Gabby from afar and like she tweeted me and like that's awesome, you know, and I made some new friends. I got a cool poster. And then I plugged my phone in when I got home, which I don't know why I didn't think to like check my phone before I left, because I plugged it in my car so that I could GPS my way home. But in my head, for some reason, my phone was still dead. So when I came inside, instead of checking my phone, I like went and plugged it in. So I don't know, but I checked my phone while I was like making myself some food, and I checked my Twitter DMs. She said, hey, I left a while ago, like immediately, because I have to edit and post this brand deal like yesterday and they're on my ass. Ava went out and told you guys, but I guess everyone called her a liar, LOL. I wish I could have met you, and did like a little sad face and said, are people outside? Like, ah! Just to sum up, Gabby followed me. I was told last minute that I had to work the day that she was in the same exact city where I was, like 13 minutes from where I was. So then when I was at work, I got off early because of that. And then I, at 1:30, got there and was just like waiting outside in the cold. I brought her some stuff. I brought her a little back massager, which was in her vlog when she was like, when she met Sam, she was like, oh, Sam hugged me and brought me this little back massager thing, which the wording of that kind of weirded me out. I don't know. I hope that she did actually tell Gabby that it was from me. I waited outside. Some creepy dude talked to me. I got like like sketched out by the security guards. They thought like I was real sketchy. I was being a super crazy fangirl. I was like high-key gonna like wait by the tour bus, but then I was like, if I wait by the tour bus, then they're gonna like make me move. So all of that happened. I casually stood beside Ricky Dillon, even though I've never like watched his YouTube videos. Somebody gave me their poster, which is awesome. Like they paid for that and they gave it to me, and that's so nice. And then we were waiting outside. It was literally starting to snow and Gabby wasn't even there. But then she DM'd me, so it's cool. It was miserable. It was super cold and annoying and weird things happened and like it was cold, but it was an amazing experience. And I made some new friends and I got a poster and I got a little souvenir and Gabby DM'd me and also tweeted me and like, I don't know. This is a long ass story time. I'm so sorry. So yeah, that's about it for this story time. Expect the Forced to Live in a Storage Closet story time to come not next Sunday because next Sunday's Christmas. There's gonna be a week of Christmas videos and stuff, not Vlogmas. I'm calling it Vidmas because it's not like vlogs, but I'm gonna be doing Christmas themed videos up until Christmas, like every day. Hopefully that's the goal anyway. And then the week after that is gonna be that story time. I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing and you are my fave. As always, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more story times and random weird shit and lots of Christmas themed stuff. Stay cool, Meowkiatos. Unlike me. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey YouTube, hey YouTube, hey YouTube, it's Sunday. We thought you died. Fuck it, I'm dead. Little boulder. Whiplash, sorry. Subscribe. Anyway, kind of psycho mode. What? Meowkiatos? Same. Woohoo! Why does this shit happen to me?
Why are you such a coffee cat?
God, I do not miss setting up my iPhone. This is what you've been sitting on, like leaning against this and then just like balancing.